Going on, y'all? What's going on? I ain't uploaded in a little minute. It's been a long weekend. But hope everybody weekend was straight. Hope everybody being safe. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy Mother's Day to your mama. Today, we gonna be reacting to some more scary stuff by a certain channel, not ACM Official. ACM Official, y'all got some explaining to do. Respond to my message. Anyway, to the reaction video. Our series of videos are coming from a channel called Snarled. Shout out to Snarled. Please don't sue me for using your videos. I used to watch you when I was a kid. Seems like you're still healthy and well. That's by God's grace. Let's just get into it, bro. Let's just get into this Snarled video. This is Indian horror story. How y'all feel about Indians? I like Indians. One of my good friends is Indian. She probably watching this video. If you watching this video, I hate you.
Hi audience, it's your Ate Sapphire. If you want to listen to the extended version of this episode, the link is in the description below.
Who you think you is plugging on my channel, Ate Sapphire? You got some nerve, but you lucky I'm gonna let it slide. If it was ACM Official, I would have clicked off the video.
Hey, I'm Sapphire.
Want to hear something scary?
Y'all, nothing scary been happening to me lately.
The Chalva.
Chalva.
Our first chapter is inspired by true events that happened to Gaurav from India. This happened when I was about 11 years old and lived with my 17-year-old sister Manika and my grandmother.
Okay.
I was sitting at the table eating dinner with my grandma when Manika quickly rushed inside. "You're home late," Grandma commented, but Manika didn't respond. Grandma called over to her to join us for dinner, but she just walked right past us and straight to her room.
Sit at the freaking table and eat.
Teenagers. So moody, Grandma said. I was pretty close to my sister. We weren't that far apart in age, and we could usually talk about anything.
Okay.
She did have a tendency to be moody, but I could feel that something was different about tonight. So after dinner, I gently knocked on her door and asked if everything was okay. "I just need to be alone right now." I shrugged and headed to my own room, followed by our family dog, Snoopy. I laid in bed, but was having a hard time falling asleep. I felt really anxious and restless for some reason. I didn't understand why.
That's already a bad sign. You should never feel anxious in your own home. Like, imagine you being inside your own house, nervous of something that doesn't even live there. I just couldn't do it. Getting anxious over being inside my own space. Like, this is my space. Like, I shouldn't be anxious in my space. Like, that's crazy. Honestly.
Hours went by and I had given up on trying to fall asleep. I decided to take Snoopy out for a 3 a.m. walk. The neighborhood was...
That gotta be the, yeah, that gotta be the stupidest thing to do. Leaving the house anything past, like, 1, in which that's pushing it. 1 is pushing it. 3 is crazy.
quiet and calm. Snoopy was happily sniffing around. Then I heard a rustling from a bush a couple meters in front of us. From the bushes emerged what looked like a mangy black dog. There were a lot of strays in this part of town.
A dog? You think that's a dog?
Whoa, it's lit in here, huh?
That just like a dude bent over.
So
Hell
I
no.
wasn't too surprised and continued forward. But Snoopy wasn't moving. I looked down and was shocked to see him low on the ground, sneering. "It's just a dog, Snoop," I said as I yanked on his leash. But Snoopy was not budging. His sneering turned into growling. I looked back towards the stray dog and watched as the dark figure stood up, reaching its full height.
Hey, yo, what the fuck? You know, whatever I said already, like, I ain't mean it for real. Just stay in the house, or else you gonna get touched by one of these things. This thing's sitting about 16 feet tall. This dude putting Anthony Edwards to shame. Not LeBron though.
Height. That was no dog.
That was no
At this
dog.
point, Snoopy was barking wildly at the creature. I pulled his leash and ran in the opposite direction. I could hear the booming footsteps of that thing chasing after us.
Why don't you play with me?
It asked.
Play with
tauntingly.
you. Play with this RPG bazooka. You lucky that this thing is a urban legend, or if it is real, you gonna have to see me.
I refused to turn around or speak to it. My grandmother was a very spiritual person, and she had always told me to never engage with a spirit that's trying to get your attention. That's how you invite them into your life. So I just kept running, Snoopy following closely by my side. Luckily, my neighborhood had a lot of temples, almost one every 200 meters. I ran towards one of them and slammed the door shut behind me. I waited
Snoopy's outside.
and listened. The footsteps outside slowed down and came to a halt. I'll come back for you.
No, you won't.
I fell to the
No,
ground.
you won't. No, you won't. You not coming back for me, unless you bringing me 10 racks. Nah, you ain't coming back for me. I'm coming back for you. Hell wrong with your ass.
And caught my breath. Snoopy and I stayed there until the sun rose.
I'm a RPG
When we
your
got
ass.
back to our house, my grandmother and sister were already at the dining room table eating breakfast. I saw something last night. It was this thing. It was chasing us. I was struggling to find the words to describe what I saw, but even then, my grandmother knew what it was.
Oh shoot.
You didn't talk to it, did you?
Nah.
No, of course not. But, Grandma, what was that? It was most likely a Chalava. It means illusionist or a shapeshifter. They're created when an unborn child dies and the respected ceremonies aren't performed. And since the child's spirit couldn't take a good earthly form, they inhabit whatever form they can. Usually, a malicious one. Manica covered her mouth. This seemed to really be upsetting her. Where did you see the Chalava? Grandma asked. Out by that field where the stray dogs
You about to slide or something, Granny? You about to go do a drive-by exorcist? What the hell? Why you even asking that?
usually are. That makes sense. There used to be a hospital over there. It was shut down when they discovered that a doctor was performing unauthorized abortions.
Crazy.
Manica
What?
burst into tears. What's wrong, Manica? You've been acting so strangely lately. That Chalava. It's my fault. I'm so sorry, Gorov.
So you telling me you talked? I don't even know if she talked. I'm gonna just assume you talked, because even either form it take, that little doggy style form, or that freaking tall Larry Bird form, you talking to that is crazy, and I'm sacrificing.
Manica ran back to her room. My grandma told me that she was just being moody, but it wasn't until a few years later that I fully understood what had happened that night. Want more something scary? You can listen to
What? Snot, bro. Ate, come on. You not gonna, you know what? I'll sum it up for y'all. Watch this. Listen, sis, Ate don't want to tell the whole story. So boom, they was outside, right? Her was outside, and she was with her side nigga, right? So her side nigga went and had a baby, and that baby got aborted, right? The baby got aborted. So then it turned around, right? The baby came back to haunt the mama because the mama made the decision to abort it, but the dad didn't want to do it. But the dad was like, okay, we need to figure this out because this tall man is like coming after us. And then she started talking to it. She realized it was her kid, and then it was like, boom, bro, like. And then look, peep this, look. And then after the fact, the little brother went downstairs outside the door and then started fighting the thing like Thanos and Captain America. So then they went out, boom, 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 swinging, fighting, and then he slammed it like Rampage Jackson. He started beating on him, and then he took him by his neck and then choked him out. Realized this is my nephew.
Man, shut the fuck up.
All right, this story is called "Blood is Thicker Than Water." If that ain't true, then I don't know what is, man. But it's 7 minutes. Get straight to it.
Lady Blanca.
Lady Blanca. Why is it called Blood is Thicker Than Water and Lady? Is it two different stories? Okay, it's not. All right.
The following is inspired by a true story from Hazel.
I'll tell you.
My parents split early in my life.
I'll tell you. If you pull that little extended story later, if you pull that little extended story thing, I'm gonna be what's hunting you down. You got to make a story about me hunting you down.
When I was around 7 years old. Mom got to keep the house and us along with it.
Ugh.
My mom blamed the divorce on my grandma. Grandma was from my father's side, and she absolutely despised us. We had to take her in as she got older, but she was never grateful. She would claim to feed me and my sister, only to leave us hours without food.
Then you gonna let a old elderly woman do that to you? I'm taking your heart medicine and I'm flushing it down the toilet.
She was filthy and would make us clean up after her. Worst of all, she constantly chided my father for marrying my mom. She would call us worthless and she would tease me.
You look like the demon here, woman, with them crusty ass lips. Oh! I'm not cleaning up after your shitty ass, all right? You take your ass to that bathroom, wash your ass, and then come talk to me.
Me and my sister until we cried. Soon, it was enough for my mom, and Dad left, thankfully with Grandma along with him.
Good.
A few weeks after the divorce, my sister and I went to our backyard to play tag. It was a hot summer day, and our neighborhood was known for having stray cats. A couple of them would come by and lay under our house to seek shade from the powerful sun.
Okay.
Today was one of the hottest yet, but for some reason, no cats came to visit us. My sister and I went to the alley where most of the strays live, only to find the cats hissing in the direction of our house. Me and my sister tried to shrug it off as the weather, but something stopped my sister dead.
Before I get on to whatever creature is about to be shown on this screen, animals know best, bro. My dog be barking at nothing. I know that he's barking for a reason. I just gotta find out. And when I find out, man, you meeting the switch, man. That's all I'm gonna say.
In her tracks. She turned to something peeking out behind the dumpster. She pointed in horror and shouted, "Sis, look, look! Oh, the poor thing." I strained my eyes. It looked like a weird red ball. Then I noticed the ears,
Oh shit.
the nose, and those bloodshot eyes. It was the head of a kitten.
A kitten.
Someone had drilled a piece of bark straight through its skull. Its eyes remained permanently fixed in a state of terror. My sister went to pick it up, but I swatted her hand away and we ran straight back to our house. There on the porch, it was the rest of the kitten.
What the?
Fur crusty with dried blood, missing its head. The chest of the kitten had been opened up, and someone had forcefully replaced its intestines with hot, sizzling stones.
What? Who got beef with cats like that? And I don't know who or what is beefing with that cat, but I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke. You can have them cats. I just be watching them. I actually stay in the house. Actually, my fault.
We ran
Playing.
screaming in fear, knowing that this was not an accident.
Yeah.
A couple days go by, and me and my sister tried to distract each other from the gruesome incident by watching TV. We figured it was some thug's idea of a cruel joke, and we were too afraid to get my mom involved. Something jolted us from our show. A cat's painful cry.
Nope, you ain't getting in. You ain't getting in. Go ahead and turn the TV on and turn it up loud, actually. That ain't no
From the
cat.
basement. We ran
The basement. They already in there. Hey, I'm going down there with an AK-47.
downstairs as fast as we could to find another red furry clump, unmoving. This one had its heart pulled out of its chest, but those terror-struck eyes from the last kitten were missing. In their place were two red pits. I thought the kittens would be the most of my worries. At least I could distract myself with sleep, or so I thought.
Who is murking these cats?
Sometimes I would wake up not being able to move. I was paralyzed, and my sister couldn't help me. In fact, She was gone. In her place was a man with sharp red eyes. He would climb onto my chest yelling,
Ain't no way. This is just an average man with long arms and a fat head. I'm grabbing you by your head and swinging you across the room. I don't give a damn how paralyzed I am. I'm hitting you with something.
"Oh, now, never." Eventually, I'd lose my breath and then I would wake up. The dreams were frequent. I couldn't handle them anymore. I had to tell my mom. I woke up and walked over to her room, but she was crying. She told me she can't find anyone to buy our small house and no apartment in the area will accept us. She apologized for making us feel trapped. I shook my head and tried to reassure her. She asked me why I was up so late. I finally broke down.
Why I was up so late? This freaking 8-foot tall man just jumped on my bed, talking about some gibberish. I didn't even hear what he said. If I'm keeping it a bug.
Explaining the kittens my sister and I found outside, and also about the scary man from my dreams. My mom's face changed into a look of concern. This wasn't coincidental. This was the work of black magic. Black magic is when one sells their soul to...
It was the grandma. It was the grandma. And grandma, when I catch you, I'm dumping the whole mag on you for having that big long man on my bed. Grandma. With your old crusty ass. I remember your face and everything.
To the devil, to inherit the ability to curse people. Mom went into the other room and called someone who went by the name of Lady Blanca. A half hour later, a woman showed up to our house. Her outfit was strange and a bit creepy, and her fearful
Y'all thinking what I'm thinking?
expression scared me even more. If she's the black magic expert, what in her house could possibly be scaring her?
Listen to me carefully. Whatever is in this house can kill you.
She walked around the house.
I feel the presence of a demon. He takes the shape of a man with red eyes.
I told her that I always see him in my room during my nightmares. She nodded and ran to my room yelling,
You must leave this family alone.
She flipped over my bed, shouting,
I see it! I see it!
Ugh.
Confused, we all looked at each other. She then started to jump on my floorboards, yelling,
I need a hammer, something to lift the boards, hurry!
My mom ran and gave her a hammer. She banged on the floor until a board popped up. Inside was a plain white box with Latin written on it. Lady Blanca read the Latin out loud.
Death.
She opened the box and we crowded around to see what was inside. Bundled up in the bottom were the bones of a cat.
These cat bones are a curse. Someone sacrificed this mother and her newborn kittens in order to invite that demon into your home. I will take them with me.
Lady Blanca left the house with the box. The next morning, my mother received a call. It was one of the apartment managers she applied to. It seems there was a mix-up with applications. I'm happy to inform you that we're going to take you and your family in.
Hold on. So this demon got the power to deny you, bro. What else can this demon do?
You can pick up your keys next Monday. I'm very sorry about the inconvenience, ma'am. Lady Blanca called a week after we got situated in our new apartment. Mom put her on speaker so we could hear that the disposal was a success and there would be no more demons haunting us. Lady Blanca, how could this have happened in the first place? Who would curse us?
Someone must have lived in that house previously. They must have had a comfortable life, having others take care of them, loading their issues onto other people in the house.
Granny.
However, this was not a good person. Whenever they left, they cursed the building to bring bad luck to anyone who lived there.
My mother froze and stared at us. I shared her look of shock and fear. The last person to leave this house was Grandma.
Look at her eyes. Look at her eyes. But yeah, man, that's the end of the video. Moral of the story, don't freaking cast no hexes on your grandchildren. And don't leave the house at 3 a.m. If you ever do that, I'm backhanding you. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man.